Welcome to Jobbed Out, the wrestling editorial that reminds you that going into business for yourself might leave you without a job. A jobber, more professionally known as an enhancement talent, is a type of wrestler specifically hired with one goal: make your opponents look good. Sometimes that means they're the ones carrying the workload so that the star looks like they're overcoming a tough obstacle. Sometimes it means getting absolutely destroyed to convey how dominating their opponent actually is. But there's one simple thing to remember, and that's that their job is to get the other guy over, not themselves. Apparently nobody told Mike Blackwell. Blackwell, known as Mike Blackheart at the time, was a world-class Wrestling Association regular when NWA needed a pair of jobbers to feed to Dan Spivey and Sid Vicious, the future Waylon Mercy and Psycho Sid respectively. Collectively, with future WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long, they were the Skyscrapers, and to put it simply, they kicked people's asses. So their opponents had one job and one job only: make Sid and Spivey look devastating. And oh man. So the word was that prior to this event, Blackwell had started telling people that he wasn't just a job guy, and he needed to show something, which means he had to get some offense in, so that he could be hired on as an actual star to be featured. Reportedly, the response from the Skyscrapers when hearing this was, "Oh yeah, we'll let you show something." Of course, this is all just hearsay from a message board, so let's take a look at what actually made it to air. So with Blackwell and his assigned tag team partner, the poorly misspelled Avalanch, not to be confused with the great John Tenta, who got his own shoot fight moment that we're going to talk about one day, the two were already in the ring as the Skyscrapers made a beeline, and Spivey immediately charged at Blackwell. As Avalanche did nothing wrong, Sid just instructs him to stay out of the way and tosses him out of the ring. And this, my friends, is when shit gets real. Spivey suplexes Blackwell, who again was hired to take moves and make the Skyscrapers look strong.
Nope.
Oh god. Spivey then whips Blackwell into Sid for a clothesline, and Blackwell actually knocks Sid over. He got up before Sid did. Spivey slams Blackwell again, and guess what happens?
Nope.
Yep. Starting to see a theme? Blackwell's doing everything in his power to make the Skyscrapers look almost impotent. Like none of their offense hurts. At all. He just keeps getting back up. He's not even trying to get offense in, so much for showing the NWA something. Spivey deadlifts Blackwell for a powerbomb and covers him right away. But of course, we all know Blackwell isn't playing ball. You can actually see him try to kick out 3 times during the pin. Thankfully, the referee knows things have gone off the rails and counts Blackwell down anyway. Screw job, I tells ya! Sid has now officially lost his cool and gets a couple licks in before they toss Blackwell to the floor. And as a perfect little cherry on top of the shit sundae, Blackwell lands on his feet. My god, this kid's not gonna learn. Well, since the featured guys have now been made to look like complete idiots by somebody who will not be working there next week, everybody spills to the outside where live rounds start getting thrown.
They're trying to hurt this guy.
The clip fades to commercial right as Spivey lands that knockout punch, and hey, Blackwell's finally selling something. So what the hell did we just watch? If the theory is true, then this guy thought he was going to be a big star and needed to impress those backstage in the NWA. But then getting zero offense and making his opponents look like asses, that ain't it. If he thought he was going to be hired for one thing and he was just upset that he got stuck having to do a job match instead, this is one really stupid way to lash out and go into business for yourself. I had seen claims even by people like Dutch Mantell saying that this guy was green and didn't know what he was doing. But Blackwell had been wrestling for well over a year by this point as a job guy. So if he just wanted to get a bit of offense, that's one thing. Though, granted, Mick Foley once famously asked the British Bulldogs if he could get a move in during their enhancement match, and it didn't go well for him either.
Bicep hitting me right in the jaw, and I didn't know the injury was a dislocated jaw.
But Blackwell didn't even do that. He didn't throw a punch, he didn't try to do a lockup, he didn't call a spot, he just got his ass kicked and kept standing up. And you want to know something terrifying? Unlike the great Antonio, Blackwell was not done after this. He kept wrestling for 8 more years, but you bet your ass he showed something to the NWA because no major national promotion was ever gonna touch this dude again. And that's the story of what is known across wrestling circles as the Mike Blackwell incident. A 2-minute squash involving a guy who either didn't understand he was supposed to be squashed, or simply refused to be. But the fact that he walked into the NWA, which would become WCW, and on the very first night managed to piss off an entire locker room, completely no-selling the feature tag team he was supposed to work with, and still managed to show neither the crowd nor the company any ability to, wrestle, that all makes this one incredible example of fuck around and find out. But now we know why Teddy Long kept using tag team matches as punishment to people on SmackDown.
Tag team match, tag team, tag team, tag team, elimination match.
So I gotta ask you, what did you think about the Mike Blackwell incident? Was he just some goof whose ego got the better of him? Or was he just upset about being misled? Did Sid and Spivey go too far, especially after the match? Or did they just need to save face after Blackwell tried to get himself over at their expense? And what other times can you think of where somebody went into business for themselves and instantly deserved the receipt they got? Let me know what you think in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more, because I want you to be a part of this conversation too. For now though, I better get my shoulders off the mat, so I want to thank you for tuning in to Jobbed Out. I'll catch you next time.